When you throw, do you cut the baseball? If you do, this is a video for you. Dominic back here with the Overhead Athletic Institute. Today we're going to talk about supination at release or through the acceleration phase of the throw. So supination can be very detrimental to the medial elbow. So when we get into that open pack position, which is at about 120 degrees of elbow extension and a supinated wrist position, that's when we can open up the medial elbow, make it more susceptible to valgus stress. So if you find yourself in this position when you throw, you're exacerbating the amount of load being placed to the medial elbow. So supination, which is turning your palm up, actually opens up the elbow. All right, when we flex and we pronate, this is what turns on all of those muscles that stabilize or insert at the medial elbow. When we go ahead and supinate, those muscles are all lax. So those muscles are not acting as a stabilizer for the medial elbow. That's why we want the hand to be in close and pronated to make sure that those muscles are active and stabilizing the elbow as we go through the throw. So a couple of drills that we can do for this to teach you how to be in pronation as we go through the throw as opposed to supination will help stabilize that medial elbow. So let's talk about those couple of drills. So first drill we'll start with here is our position 3, our internal rotation apex. So we're starting with that ball right in front of our left eye, the forehead, somewhere in this area at about 45 degrees in relation to the ground. Now as we step to throw, we want to start with the ball facing us. So we're starting in a supinated position, and then as we go through the throw, we're going to go ahead and move into pronation. So we're teaching the mind how to move from a supinated position into a pronated position at an early point during the throw. Another position you can put your hand in is ulnar deviation. All right, ulnar deviation is more pronation bias, whereas radial deviation, or moving your thumb towards your wrist, is more supinated bias. So when we go to start, we can start from our pull-in throw, we can start from position 6, 5, really any position, and just start with our wrist ulnarly deviated. So we're going to start in that position, hold it there throughout the whole duration of the throw, so that when we get through the throw, we're actually in a pronated position and that we're holding that pronated position throughout the whole duration of the throw. So get set, deviate that wrist, and hold it there as we step through the throw. So you can go ahead and do these drills from any position. All right, you can start in supination from position 3, from our pull-in throw with the ball up, position 6, ball back here. Anything where you have to pull the ball in and you have to go ahead and pronate is good for teaching the brain how to move into that position. So we're trying to give your mind some spatial awareness of where your wrist needs to be when we go ahead and drop into layback. So if we drop into layback, we want to be at minimum neutral, but in a little bit of a pronated position through that whole valgus loading position, which is our acceleration phase of the throw. So making sure that we're held here and then holding that position throughout the whole duration of the throw will help stabilize that medial elbow and also provide it as an acting force against valgus stress. So go ahead and give these couple of drills a try, and you can also do this with our natural pre-positioning spots. So making sure we're starting in a pronated position and holding that throughout the duration of the throw. You can check out some of our other videos for instructions on how to perform those drills correctly. But go ahead and add this stuff into your regimen and you'll see that you'll get more true spin behind the baseball, improving the efficiency of your spin and your mechanics. We'll catch you in the next video.